Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, January the 17th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope your week is going well and your trading is going well. We had another down day today. Looks like the S&P ended up being down about 26, 26, 28. On the day, and this week has really kind of turned to the downside, and this really follows along with what I was saying in last week's video, is that we need a little bit of mean reversion, and obviously it's happening. I don't know if the bigger question is this all we're going to get, or is it going to be a lot more, whatever. So that's what I want to look at today in the video. I've got the NASDAQ, and this is the Dow, the YM on the futures. But let's focus on the ES, and let me show you what I've got here. Of course, we came out. Now, this has been kind of if you're not looking at this or really trading this on a pretty small time frame, you may not notice this stuff, but this is the pattern today. We came out, opening bells right here. The light gray is the overnight session, and the black is the cash session, the day session, So we came out here, we flushed down right after the open, rallied back up, came back down, rallied up a little bit, and we took out that low on the day down to our voodoo fire line snow line right there. And then we came back up and had this pretty good rally into the end of the day, right? So if you notice, see if I can get it on here. See if I can get them both on there and show you. So if you notice, we did the same thing yesterday. Opened, flushed down, rallied up, came back down to the low on the day, bounced up, took out the low on the day there, and then rallied into the close. Rallied up, came down, took out the low on the day, and then rallied into the close. I mean, identical pattern, for the most part. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You see this end of the day, zigzag. So just an observation, and we got very lucky in the bias portfolio. We bought the dip here. I bought at 47.50. We went to 46. I bought a tiny bit too early, but we got long here, and actually got a really nice trade in on that. But and I have to say that because we don't always get them, and sometimes sometimes you buy here and this thing bounces and then it keeps going that way and it doesn't work. But we limit the risk always, in trades like that. Anyway, let's back this out here and I'll show you just kind of this is the all over the place kind of pattern for the last 20 days. Straight up, free fall, straight up into the all-time high. This is the end of the year. I remember it clearly because I was long here, and then we got that big flush down. That was the last trading day of the year. Very frustrating. We actually didn't lose money on that, but we were set to make a lot if we went up higher. But anyway, you know that if you watched last week's video because we talked about that. But anyway, down, 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 and then we made the mad dash up, and this looks kind of like a lot of craziness going on. I'm looking at these levels. We're back down the snow line right there. We got back up above the snow line, so I think that does give us a pretty good shot back up at least to that fire line there. But let me switch this on a different kind of chart and I'll show you. It's a little clearer, a little cleaner here if we switch to this. And again, this is what we were talking about in last week's video. Looking for a reversion to the mean. You see that back down at 34 EMA and bounce back up into resistance to pull back down here. Now we might come back down and touch, that's a 34 EMA to then bounce. I think the most likely course or direction as we bounce here, take out that high. Again, this is ES. Go up here to this level or so. Actually a little bit higher. It's like 49, I think 18 or 21 or something. I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but that's ES, not SPX. Then we start to come back down. That's a big question mark too, how far we come down. But then that's for February, and then we start to come back up into March with the Fed meeting. telling us that they're looking at cutting rates or going to cut rates, or they do cut rates at the at the March Fed meeting. There's no February Fed meeting, so that would be the most logical way for this to play out. Have no idea if that will happen or not, but that I think we test we take out the highs, test a new all-time high, then come back down, catch our breath for that next run up higher. Again, the time frame this way is what, if we knew that, then we could be on a private island somewhere, right? We could start from here and go down and then come back up like that. I mean, it doesn't look like the case. And also, don't forget, we've got earnings coming up next couple of weeks. We're already started earnings season, but we're going to get into the Mag 7 and all the big market moving names in the next 2-3 weeks. So as that unfolds, if they're all crushing it and raising guidance and all that kind of stuff, we're a lot less likely to go down. But just know that is that's a good possibility, or there's a fairly good chance that this pulls back. Again, this is the same thing here, the diamonds. We actually, in the bias account at Simpler, I was trying to fade this and we got short here. And I hate to say short because I'm bullish. I think this thing goes higher, but I'm looking for a reversion to the mean. We come back here and we bounced, and we had held this thing for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. We finally got our flush down here, made a little money and closed that one today. But if you look at other indexes here, there's the IWM or the RUT. I'll just do it on the RUT. We're actually breaking down too far. This. Once you get down below those 34 EMAs and you see those moving averages are starting to turn down, that's not boding well for the bulls. That we could be going this way again, Russell. And then lastly, I'll just do the QQQs because everybody knows the Qs. That looks great, right? Reversion to the mean, and keep going. So again, we're kind of getting what we all thought was probably a more likely scenario. It's not. I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that. I'm certainly many other people were saying the same thing and still saying the same thing. And it still makes sense that we get across the board. Kind of a reversion to the mean. We had a magnificent run off the lows down here. That's a long run. You got to consolidate a little bit before you can take that next leg higher. So that's what I continue to look for. That's what I've been looking for. I do think we go back to new all-time highs, and probably sooner than later. And then I will look to fade that back down. And again, a lot of things change day by day depending on earnings and all that kind of stuff that's going to be coming out. We have Fed meeting 2 weeks from today. On the 31st, so they're not going to do anything there. They're not expected to do anything there, so I don't think that'll play any big role in it. But we shall see. So we've been having a lot of Fed speak and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what we get tomorrow and see if this continues down or if we start to firm up here and get a little bounce and get this thing going again. So with that. I'm going to wind it up here and just say, keep some powder dry and get ready here. Don't get too crazy buying this thing on the upside because I think it pushes a little bit higher and then probably retraces back down to the mean a little bit. But again, we'll see. We'll take it day by day. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it. If I can help you, let me know. I am at Simpler Trading in the bias room, and I'm in the main room as well. And we have a lot of good traders there at Simpler Trading in all of the rooms, actually. So come check us out and let us know if we can help. Thanks for your time, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me